Hi everyone. I know it's been a minute and I always find it a bit awkward coming back to YouTube after a break. I did try a few times and always back a few times, I always try to make it big. And I was like, oh, it's something so big and it doesn't last very long because I realized that that's very performative and I'll be 50 in 3 years' time and just realize that can't do that anymore because it's just no longer me. So I'm doing a challenge this September, posting now uploading a YouTube video every day. I just want to challenge myself to be able to do it, but also just experiment. Um, just experiment to see how this goes, really. Because I'm so used to being in the aesthetic industry and skincare industry, and it's almost picture perfect. You have to be picture perfect before you get everything out. So um need to aesthetics to be good. And I know that's not always the case. That's not real life. It's not feasible. So in this video, I wanted to this video is really for anyone who feels skincare is no longer enough for them, or they just don't want to depend on skincare so much as you're growing wiser. And or you've lost your glow and whatever you did before no longer worked. So this video is part um educational and also just sharing with you my plans for the next one. So let's see how this goes, shall we? So some of you, if you follow me for a while, whether on this channel or other platforms, I started my career as a surgeon, and then I left doing aesthetics, so Botox, injectables, fillers, and I love that part is I find it very artistic and it was very transferable skills being a surgeon, very good with my hands. But as I was seeing patients, I was, talking to them about the skin routine. And it was never just, it's what, yes, the skin, they want, yes, less lines, wrinkles, less pigmentation, less acne, but it's really how how their skin, tied them, made them. Yeah, this is what I'm finding as well. I'm trying to be less edited in this, but because I've been so programmed, not so programmed, but been doing this for so long. So I go into automatic doctor mode, which is important, because it needs to make sure it's factual. But also there's also a part of me that is very in tune, or I want to be more in tune with my soul side, very soul driven and more holistic side. So there's some things that come up. So I'm going to say it as it is, and then I apologize in advance um, if I ever sound judgy or sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. This is really more my lived experience and my experience working with my patients, women from young as 20s all the way up to 60s. And so I feel, and no shade, I have been in this as well, basically being caged and being shackled by our skin. If our skin is good, then I'll have a good day. If my skin is bad, then I will lock myself in the room and don't come out, you know. And uh, I always feel skincare is so much more than that. It goes so much more than that. And people see people talking about, skincare is soul care, but what does that even mean? What does that even mean? I remember, oh, God, I was writing my book, The Hormonal Acne Solution. That was when I really went into the under the hood of, why do we break out? Why do we flare up? And it's not just what we use on our skin. And yes, it's, some people say it's imbalance of oil. As we age, we get sun pigmentation, sun damage, but it's also what's going on inside our body. The fluctuations of our hormones and our nutrition, our gut health, and what's going on, inflammation. So I wanted to share with you this diagram because I have always been one that, when I was younger, I wear my emotion, my stress on my skin. I'll break up, I'll flare up. And a few years ago, in my early 40s, my skin was really bad. It started flaring and swelling to the point of cracking and peeling. I remember it was oozing with like blood and plasma, and on our pillow when I wake up, it was these yellow blood stains, and yeah, it's not nice. It's also very painful. It's very uncomfortable, and I was waking up in the morning hoping that my skin would not break out. I was praying whatever triggers I was going through that it would, like, my skin was like, okay, just just don't break out. Just stay calm. Just stay calm. And I realized that the more I was trying to suppress it, oh God, the more it was come back in a vengeance, come in a vengeance. And I see this in patients as well. Sometimes we use skincare to try to like force our skin into submission, and it's like, no, you cannot. Almost like you cannot show your emotions. You cannot show, your fame. You cannot show that your life is like what's the word? 47-year-old brain fog. So we'll see how this goes for the rest of the month. And improve my conversation as well without having everything to be perfect. Because as we know, skincare or skin is not perfect. So as was trying to heal my skin and working with my patients as well, I realized that um, I was working in a way that didn't depend on skincare because I didn't want my patients to depend on me. I don't want that. Um, I don't want anybody to depend on skincare because sometimes, yes, if we make enough money, great. We will spend more on skincare, but sometimes, the budget is tight and we can't. And sometimes life is so overwhelming that it's just whatever skincare we use, we're just going to make things worse. So I wanted to share with you a method, what I call a shine method, and to help you find your glow, help you rebuild your skin, and help you glow even more with age. So you want me to get a paper and you can draw a diamond like this, okay? And it's got 5 pillars. Okay, because I'm using Zoom to record myself, to keep it simple, to make it easier for me to be consistent. Uh, my I had to draw this like upside down, so hopefully it will work. Yes, it works. So it's got 5 pillars, SHINE, which perfectly lines up to the word shine. And so let's start with the first one, shine. S is skin wisdom. So skin wisdom is all about learning how to be in tune with your skin, knowing what she's trying to tell you, learning how to read your skin based on maybe the day fluctuations, your stress situations, what triggers you, and what triggers in terms of your skin, what is it, blush, flare, get irritated, all that kind of things. And also knowing what skincare triggers your skin, what food. So being much more in tune with your skin and listening to her. Next is H. H is hormonal rhythm. So hormones are, I've posted a lot of videos on hormones, and it's about the communication that's happening in our body. So that communication line is via hormones. And when that communication line breaks down, or it's not, if it's hot, cold, we don't know what's going on. So our skin sometimes can react to like what's going on. You get anxious. It's almost like dating, isn't it? Waiting for that person to ring you or text you, and they're giving you, I don't know, what's the word called? God, it's been a long time since I dated. I mean, I'm married. How long have I been married? Almost 10 years. Oh, just over 10 years. will be with my husband for God, since 2011. So that's almost 14. Yeah, 14 years. 14 years to be with my husband. So long time, But yes, I've had dated guys who give the hot cold treatment, and so you're not really sure. So hormonal rhythm is it's similar. So it's learning how under, understanding your hormones, understanding what it does, and also knowing how to take care of it so it reduces the wild fluctuations, and they have to manage it through seasons, whether that is puberty, pregnancy, postpartum, having delivery, perimenopause, and menopause as well. So that's H. And next is I. I is my favorite pillar. It's called Inner Power. It's basically all about energy management. How what fuels you, what drains you, everything from the microscopic mitochondria to the invisible forces like boundaries, um, what's it called? Boundaries, your shadows, your self-sabotaging habits, because we need energy to repair, we need energy to heal. And if you are if your cup is as a leak and is continually draining, it's very difficult to repair and heal your body, your skin, your health. It's getting red now. See, when I get nervous, my skin gets reddish. It's a little bit. I remember doing this. Um, yes, we'll be jumping here. I'm trying to remember anecdotes of stories, so I don't sound too much like a robot. Really. I remember beginning of this year, I did the gua sha workshop for a skincare brand that I'm a consultant with, and we we was completely on Zoom, and um, I was explaining about the products first, and then I'll actually do the gua sha treatment. And it's when you're doing something like gua sha, teaching it, and all the screens are black. I don't know what they're doing. So I don't know whether I'm going fast, too fast, they're doing slow. And so as I was starting, and then the PR people, bless them, I know they were trying to be supportive, but they were not doing it with me. It'd be so much helpful if they were doing it with me. So they were just sitting there, and I could see them on the screen. So I wasn't sure. So I could see my whole neck was just it went beetroot red. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was so red. So, um, luckily, there was one person that attended, and she was an influencer, that actually did the gua sha with me, so I could pace myself. Because, as we know, when we're nervous, or maybe that's just me, we speed things up. I mean, I'm talking slow. Over this is slow. This is paced. I'm being mindful of it because I used to talk like a train. So, yes. So I'm trying to do that. So, okay, so that's inner power, right? So inner power, how do you manage your energy? And that's really, really powerful. Next one. N. Oh, upside down. N. N is nervous system regulation. All about knowing how to soothe our nervous system so that we can reset. I mean, we know how too much stress is not good for us. And each one of us respond to stress, but sensitive people, um, like myself, I do call myself sensitive. And I say we wear our emotions on our skin. So yeah. So you can't lie, you can't, people know if you're fake, people know if you're anxious. Mm. So it's learning how to soothe your nervous system, how to reset your nervous system, how not to be, or how to heal your body after being in survival mode. God, I've been in survival mode for so long, and I think in my later part of my 40s, I mean, I'm 47 now this year, and I would say 40. yeah, 46, 47. I was like my mid 40s. I was learning how to regulate my nervous system, how to reset my nervous system so that the default is not survival. Because that was what I was running on for a long time. Whether that is trying to chase the grades, the job, tries to chase that life. I think that was what I needed. Um, yeah. So I had to do a lot of work on that, a lot of work on that. And hmm, maybe you're doing the work right now. And I would say, this is such an important part because when our stress is high or we're not able to, so it's part of resilience as well. How, skin deep resilience, how do you build skin deep resilience? Because if you are resilient, it doesn't mean we're not scared, but you're able to hold space for yourself, and manage your nervous system so you're not an analysis paralysis, like anxiety, the emotion anxiety Inside Out too. I love that movie. When she was just stuck, she could not move. So how can we hold space, take care of ourselves in those seasonal change so that we can manage our hormones, we can take care of our power, and then our skin will glow. So you can see how it all kind of connects back, you know, the skin, because if we look after these, then our skin will glow. I would say skin is a bonus. I think maybe that's why I'm I'm trying this new format because I've always trying to find my voice on YouTube. And with the skin, people always want to ask, what's the best skin product, skin treatment or anti-aging treatment. And although they have a role to play, I find it's very superficial. It's not, there's so much more to the skin, so much more that it's untapped. And if we take the time and the space to really get to know our skin, ah, gosh, she's amazing. She's amazing, and she just wants to take care of you. She's our friend, and she's got so many messages, and she wants the best for us, and she protects us. So yeah, I'm really grateful for my skin. And last one, and not least of the shine method, is expression. So we got skin wisdom, hormonal rhythm. We've got inner power, nervous system regulation, and expression. Expression is how having the courage to express ourselves, whether in words, voice, and through art, whether it's through our body, through painting. And we do it out of love, joy, curiosity, even pain. And I mean, you think about it, when you are able to express yourself in a safe environment, or you create the safe environment within yourself so that you express yourself to, it's more soul driven. And you notice that your skin, you're just brighter, you're just glowing, and you just see this glint in your eye. You think about people that you admire who express themselves. And that's, I think I'm in currently in my season of expressing myself, finding my my way of expressing. I joined the part-time drama school to get my voice out, to move my body, and trying different ways of writing stories and creating on Instagram. And in this platform, yeah, just trying to show up daily, and also to try to pull things out of my brain. And what is that? Trying to pull things out of my brain so that to educate, what is it? Educate, entertain, and empower. There's educate, entertain, empower, and just find a rhythm that works for me, without burning out, because I burned out twice. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that again. Oh, yeah. So, introduce you to shine method. So the next 30 days, I will post more videos. Each day, I plan to post a video, um, maybe taking an element, expanding it, share, let me know in the comment section below which pillar do you feel you need most help with, or you find what interests you the most, and then I will answer the questions and I will share some lessons. So it's probably be a mix of, you know, lessons I will share with my younger self, some teaching as well, and a mix of experimentation for myself. So these videos really is for me as much as it is for you. So yeah, okay, I'll close it now because I don't want to ramble on. So hope, let me know if you want to follow along this 30-day project. Let's say project, project, then just subscribe and let me know below, what you think of the try method. All right, have a great day. See you guys later. Bye.